Looks like rocker Dave Edmonds is not in good shape. He's in a coma after suffering a very serious heart attack. I'm John Bowden from Rocky Street Music. Dave Edmonds is 81 years old. His wife Cece said he had a serious cardiac arrest where he actually died in her arms. A nurse managed to bring him back, but now he's in a coma. And though nothing's confirmed, it doesn't sound like he's doing very well. We're going to have a clip from Roger Earl of Foghat, the original drummer of Foghat, who had Dave Edmonds produce the first Foghat album in the early 70s, who basically, he said Dave Edmonds basically saved that band because their songs were okay. Dave Edmonds came in, produced it, also played guitar on that album. And we'll have that in a second, but just sort of a quick recap on Dave Edmonds. He was born April 15th, 1944 in Cardiff, Wales. I Hear You Knocking was his big breakthrough. He was in a few bands before that, but that was like top 10 in Canada and the US and in the UK. He teamed up with Nick Lowe for Rockpile, of course. Girls Talk was the song, Crawling from the Wreckage, and Queen of Hearts, which was also done by Juice Newton and produced in part by Dave Edmonds. Edmonds has always said he wanted to bring back the music of Elvis or Buddy Holly. He was big in that rockabilly thing, and he brought it back in spite of at times it wasn't a cool format, but man, when you have Dave Edmonds at the helm, you're going to be okay. He produced the Stray Cats. But going back to, and we hope he's doing okay, though, like I said, it doesn't sound really good. Here's Roger Earl from, I think about a little over a year ago, I interviewed him, and he talks about that first Foghat album, 1972, produced by Dave Edmonds. And he talks about the meeting leading up to that and them getting signed, thanks to Dave Edmonds, who basically put magic on their sound. You know Dave Edmonds for the first album. How did you?
I was the whole band, especially myself and Lonesome Dave, were big fans of Dave Edmonds, his records, and we read about his studio in. We thought it was his studio in Wales, but Rockfield, but it's not. And his band was called Rockpile. So anyway, once we got our record deal, Albert Grossman came over to England, and we rented a sweaty little club in northwest London, is Islington. It was, just the band, and we set up and played 4 songs for him. It was just Albert Grossman in there. And after we'd finished those songs, Albert said, "Well, hey, where can we get some tea and biscuits?" And I said, "There's a hotel across the road." And so we went over there and we ordered tea and biscuits, and everything arrived. And I started pouring tea. And Albert Grossman said, "Well, hey, let's do it." And about a month later, he sent me $10,000. We booked. I booked time in Rockfield in Wales. Dave Edmonds had the night shift, like midnight to midday, pretty much, and we had midday until Dave came in. We were in the same studio, and as is the case, our times crossed over a little bit, and we were well on our what we'd recorded. We'd already done a 6-song demo. That's how Albert heard about us, and Dave, our record, our songs that we were recording sounded okay, but when you listen to Dave Edmonds making music and creating music, it was like another world. All of a sudden, it's a it's alive. It's like you'll just go wow, or you can hear everything. Ours just sounded like this, like it was guitars and drums and bass, but it didn't have anything. There was no magic. Our manager at the time, Tony Otida, said, went in and asked Dave Edmonds if he would produce us. And Dave said, "Well, I'm kind of busy at the moment, but as soon as I finish with my record, yeah." And I know that that first record wouldn't have been anywhere near as successful or as good as it was without Dave Edmonds' input. In fact, I doubt if it would have done anything. Dave Edmonds, as far as I'm concerned, is an absolute genius. He actually played guitar on some stuff, piano. Um, he was fantastic to work with. He had that way of sprinkling like magic dust on the music. It was like We were transformed from just being a regular bluesy rock and roll band into, I think, especially the first song, I Just Want to Make Love to You. Dave Edmonds like made it into something. We were playing it, but Dave made it into something the way he mixed it and recorded it. Yeah, he's the man's a genius.
Again, that's Roger Earl of Foghat talking about the 1972 debut album from them that was produced by Dave Edmunds. Dave Edmunds also plays guitar on it as well. So we hope he's doing okay. We'll keep you informed. I'm John Bowden. This is Rock History Music.